SquaredUp for Azure lets you see what's going on in your Azure environment. So for example, using this cost dashboard, you can see costs across the whole Azure tenant, how they're trending over time, which are the most expensive resources contributing to those costs using this tree map view. So there's a couple of log analytics workspaces costing a lot of money there. Here are all the virtual machines in the environment, and again the most expensive ones being these largest blocks, which look like they could be some potential quick wins for cost saving by downscaling those machines. And you can also explore structurally. So this sunburst view shows you how the costs break down between, in this case, 2 subscriptions in the center, between the different resource groups within those subscriptions. So these are the resource groups for that subscription. There's the most expensive resource group, the public demo. And in the outer ring, the individual resources. So there's the most expensive resource within that public demo resource group. At any point you can click to find out more information. So now we're seeing a specific view for that resource. We can see how its costs have trended over time. We can compare that with different performance metrics. Let's change the time frame and take a longer view. You can see even on a 30-day view that, for example, the percentage CPU utilization on that resource has never gone above an average 4%. Now this machine showed as one of the most expensive because it's quite a high-spec VM. And with a couple of clicks we can pop out to the Azure portal straight into a view for that VM, resize it, and immediately be saving money. We can do that kind of exercise more systematically using this underutilization dashboard. So what we're now going to see is, again across the whole tenant, for different types of resource, which are the least used resources by different performance metrics. So for example, this view is showing app services. And if we look at each one, you can see that we've got actually three zombie resources, which have never gone above 0% CPU. So we're paying for them, but we're not using them. And it looks like we could eliminate those, save cost, without any impact on service delivery. If we take the example of virtual machines, so these are the least used virtual machines across the whole tenant. Again, looks like we might have a zombie or two. And certainly none of those VMs has gone above 10% in the last 30 days. So it looks like we can save a bunch of money by resizing those to something more affordable without affecting system performance. And you can do that exercise for each type of resource in Azure. So having gone through and explored the environment, looked for the quick win cost savings, looked for the zombies and the underutilized resources that can be resized, you can then put the power into the hands of the individual app teams and service teams that are building in Azure by letting them build cost into the dashboards that they use to run their operations. So in this example, we've got 4 teams that are running applications on Azure, and each of them has built a dashboard that shows not just the operational metrics that they care about, so things like throughput, response time, and so on, but also in that same context, they can see right at the top level the dashboards that they run their operations on, the costs, and how those costs are trending, putting the power back in their hands to take control of costs as part of the way they make their decisions. And you can see each team has built its own dashboard because they're building in different ways using different types of Azure structures, different types of resources, different architectures, but always we can put that cost for them in context right at the top level. So with SquaredUp for Azure, you can get your costs back under control by looking for quick win savings, by finding those zombies and underutilized resources, and by then putting the power back in the hands of the teams that are building on Azure.